Hi there, Kat.
Hi, Sheila. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Well, thank you for coming in for your aura reading and the color attunement. Okay, so I'm just going to go over some of the equipment. So as you know from before, when we did this at the Women's Expo, this is the hand plate with the 49 different prongs on there to measure your reflex points, and then those reflex points will be transformed into color here.
Yes.
Okay, so depending on what happens here, we're going to use the Chromalive pen light to attune certain things. Now, I like to use the color orange just to show it off. Okay, so basically what this is, it's a big old honking flashlight, and it's super strong. It's a super strong flashlight, yeah. So basically we take a color filament of the color that we wish to attune you with. I just like orange because orange is so happy. And we just kind of turn it, just kind of put it together here, okay? And this is a nice big broad clear crystal tip. So then we just go over all the reflex points to give them a shot of color. Oh. So yeah, basically it's like instantaneous light therapy on your reflex points in your whole body. Okay. So basically we kind of shine you from the inside out. Okay. Right? So yeah, it's really great in wintertime when you don't have a lot of sun. Okay. Now the broad tip is great because you can just glide over the hand, but if there are certain areas that if you can feel in your hand here, like this is the heart chakra in here. Okay. So sometimes it's got like little bits. You're like, why do I have like calluses under my skin? That's sort of like what we would call emotional trauma, or just your body's rejecting certain things. So it builds up little calluses underneath. So that's when we take this little tip here, which is quite, it's like a little point. And then we start working in there and breaking down what's underneath there to actually aid and assist the heart chakra or whatever chakra to move that energy out.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is really neat too. And this one with the color orange, because orange is about the skin, we can actually help modify scar tissue, things like that. So yeah, so this actually can deal a lot with the skin. Blue is an anti-inflammatory, so if you have psoriasis bad like I do, I use blue all over myself. Oh, wow. So yeah, so these two tools combined together actually really can aid and assist the healing journey relatively quickly, rather than spending hours and hours and hours and hours and hours doing meditation or other things. I'm always about what's quick and easy. Exactly, I like what's quick and easy.
Instant gratification.
Yeah, absolutely. And I find that with the Chromalive pen, it's almost like, whoo, I feel better. And then we put you back on the biopulsar, and then you can see how you've changed.
Wow.
From the inside out.
Is it kind of similar to like the bottom of your feet? You know how you have pressure points and stuff down there? Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can do that on your feet, you can do it on your hand, you can do it on your face. Okay. Just if you do it on your face, always use the broad tip, because if you're using that point on your face, it's going to hurt like hell. Yeah. Okay. All right, so let's put your hand on the hand plate and see where you are at. So put your other hand on top, close your eyeballs.
I'll close my eyeballs, sorry.
Yeah, no, that's okay. All right, just going to give it a few seconds here. Okay, we're going to let that, you can take your hands off, and we're going to see you now in all your glorious color. So that's you right this second.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
And it is a little bit different than it was at the Women's Expo.
Yeah, absolutely, because, you've done some changes, you've done some work, right? Mm-hmm. And now a lot of that is starting to show.
Awesome.
Right? Because here, on the top level here, you're using a lot more of your logical brain. Okay, your intellectual side, shall we say, and you're actually starting to believe that you're smarter than you give yourself credit for.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. So that's what's really nice about this yellow part here. It's a lot brighter. Okay. Then from what I recall, it was kind of muted before.
Yeah, and there was a lot of purple too, I believe.
Yeah. So, but now you're more on an indigo scale. So now you're envisioning the reality that you want to create. So you're using that visionary power with the logical power to make it happen. Okay, so that's good. Those two together when they're on the bright side, when on the optimal side, can work together really well. When you actually get into your third eye and you choose to stay there, that's not so good. Because then you're always in your brain and you're not doing anything in the physical world. Because you do need yellow to accomplish things in the physical world. Okay? Now we have some whites in there and some of that really nice light green. So what that tells me in there too is there's a lot of really quick energy going through, but it's like a nice spring mode. So it's enough to make things grow. Okay. This here just means your brain is tired. The gray part there, it just means your brain is tired, and we're all tired. I mean, society has us burning the candle at 5 different ends. So when I say to people, I said, don't put too much weight into that, because, sometimes the brain is just tired. You got to give it a rest. Because again, you've been using it a lot with all the yellow, right?
Now, may I ask one thing? Because I notice it's changing as we talk, and that's still me, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just.
So how does it know when I'm not there?
Well, the thing about the person that programmed this concept, this machine, really takes into account sort of like your vibe to what's going on here, what I'm talking to you, and then with EMFs and all that kind of stuff, it just sort of guesses or programs itself to like, okay, now you're feeling a little bit more this or that, so then it would change this.
Okay.
Right? It's computer stuff is not my thing. All I know is that when we talk about things, it sort of kind of feels it or reads it, and then all of a sudden, pew.
Okay.
Right? It's really cool when you bring people back from the other side and you see them change and morph while you tell them it's okay to move on. It's great.
Oh,
it's
that would be awesome.
Okay, so now we're coming through here, okay? Now, when we first looked at your head, there was red. A little bit frustrated, a little bit angry. Now it's getting more towards the pink, which is more the divine feminine energy, so you're calming down.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing.
And that's in reference to me trying to get here.
Yeah, absolutely, because traffic is crazy.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So now we're coming to the arms here. And I see that it's a nice, warm, light blue. So what that says to me is that you are kind of reaching out in sort of a learning capacity, right? Whether you're teaching or whether you're getting teachings back, that's what you're reaching out with, that energy right now. So you're kind of like, fill my cup kind of energy, which is really good, okay? Now I see here that some of the hands kind of have color kind of reaching out to it and some of them don't. So that says to me that part of you is feeling some love or knowledge back, but another part isn't. So you've been reaching out. Some people let you down. Some people haven't. Okay, so it's kind of like you're at like a 50-50 split.
Is there a reason why I have like 4 hands? Like why is there 2 arms there?
It's just the way that the picture is designed.
Oh, okay.
Right? So I just go with, okay, let's just look at the hands in general. Okay. If it's 2 and 2, that's at 50-50. If it's 3, then it's 75%, stuff like that.
Gotcha.
Right? So then we come to the body in here. Now I can see here in the heart space, you actually, again, are using more of these colors. Whoops, sorry about that. More of these colors up here. Okay? So you're dictating through your heart the logical side, not so much the feeling side. Okay?
Yeah.
So, and we can't always, logically think through our feelings. Sometimes we have to feel it.
Yeah.
And which is kind of like but, we have to.
I'm working on it.
Absolutely. And again, taking each layer off leaves us vulnerable and open. And then we have to deal with it. And then we have to take off another layer, vulnerable and open, do another one. And it's a never-ending scenario. Okay? Because there's always stuff that comes up no matter what. It's like people say to me, oh yeah, my chakras are totally balanced. No, your chakras will never, ever, ever be balanced because stuff happens.
Yeah.
The only way to make sure that you're quote unquote balanced is to work on them all the time and be conscious of them all the time. That's how you obtain so-called balance. Okay. Yeah, I always get a kick. Oh yeah, No offense to the chakra balancers of the world. I got my crystal chakra balance done. I feel so good. Yeah, today. And then tomorrow when somebody, scratches your keys up your car, then your chakras ain't balanced no more. Right. All right, so now we're going to come down here, and in this area here, okay, this is where your sacral and your root chakra are, okay? Now I can see that with this purple that you really want to be connected to it, okay? And I could see here that you are trying really hard.
I am trying.
You are trying really hard. However, that little bit of yellow there, logically speaking, when you're dealing with the sacral, you have to feel it. It's our primitive emotional self. You have to feel it. You can't logically work your way through it. Okay, so that's just a signal there. Okay, but I can see that there's movement. And even those little bits, people will be like, oh, it's just little bits. Little bits or big bits. Okay, because I think before this was sort of relatively just not working. It was just one color, but
you said it was a lot of anger there.
Yeah, it was. But now it's a little bit more on the divine feminine side. So there's a little bit more love towards yourself, which is great. It's just manifesting itself here instead of in the heart chakra. That's all. But I would prefer it in the sacral, because that was us before everybody else layered their crap on top of us, right? So that's always a good sign.
Okay.
So now we come to the leg part. What's walking you? Okay, so again, we have that beautiful learning blue, okay? And then now we have that kind of indigo color, and again, with that learning blue in there. And of course, more yellow. So the top and the bottom are kind of relatively working together. So that's a good thing. Right, where you're going and where your brain, like where you're walking, where your brain is going, is in tandem.
Good.
So you don't feel disconnected.
So it's like my actions are in line with where my vibration is, or where I want to go.
Yeah,
because that's what I'm really trying to do.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's working.
Okay.
So now we come to the outer edge here. Okay, and all this green in there. Okay, so that says to me that you're a heart-based person, that you're a heart chakra person, and that it is easy to take advantage of you. Okay, because heart-based people give and give and give and give and give and give and give. And there's, I would say, 75% of the people out there will just take and take and take and take and take and not give you nothing back. Okay, and that's something that heart-based people have to be very aware of.
That's interesting, because I don't feel that.
Oh, I can tell. When I look at you, I can tell you're a very giving person.
Really?
Yeah. It kind of, again, that whole Mother Earth, if you said, Sheila, I'm in a coven, I'd be like, yeah, totally. I could see it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and years ago I was, but okay.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
And again, when anybody is Mother Nature based or heart based, those are good people to have around. Right? I find that there's way too many people out there right now where this can be extremely yellow, which means that they like to use their knowledge for power instead of using it to sort of share their wealth with the world. They're hoarders. They're just narcissists, like they're bordering on the narcissistic, like, I know everything and I'm not going to share it with you because I want you to beg me.
Oh, okay.
And like,
no. I want everyone to know how wonderful you can feel.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Oh, there we go again. So now here, this gray part in here, this is where technically we would call the spinal area, what holds you up.
Okay.
And you are still undecided.
In regards to what?
In regards to, am I going to be totally spiritual? Am I going to be totally logical? What do I want to present to the world, and what do I want to own to the world out there? Do you know, that kind of thing? So basically, it's how do you want people to see you? Again, a little bit undecided there.
Well, can't you be both intellectual and spiritual?
Oh, absolutely. But you have to tell yourself, that's what I want to be.
Oh, okay.
And then that will change.
Okay.
Right? Because right now, when you're kind of like, well, I want people to know a little bit about this, and a little bit about that, and a little bit about this, and a little bit about that. No. It's like, I am a healer. That's it.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah. I am a healer. That's it. I am a healing educator. That's it. I am a businesswoman. That's it. whatever that is,
Right.
right? And right now, when you don't, I guess I'm going to say, if you don't have your mission statement, then that will come off as gray.
Oh, a mission statement.
Yeah, mission statement. Yeah, that's why I ask people to, like, how do you see yourself, right? Or, because some people are, well, I'm a mom. Yeah, but I could see here that you don't like it. You know, because I never classify, I mean, I have kids, but I'm not a mom. Do you know what I'm saying?
I know what you mean.
I am more, I like to say a facilitator, or somebody that is bringing color and vibration to the masses to teach them that these tools and concepts really work well in today's society. And there's no need to meditate 20 hours a day. There are other ways out there, and this is the way, as the mount, you know.
Yeah.
My husband likes the Mandalorian. This is the way, right? So yes. So again, like your overall aura has changed quite a bit since we last met.
Now, I would also just like to kind of ask you, and for the video here too, because when we first met, we were in like a women's expo. There was like a lot of other energy and things happening.
Yeah.
So, and that was part of my little concern that maybe some influence.
Yeah,
came onto
absolutely.
there.
For you, it would be, because you have so much green. So you pick up people's energies, or negative or positive, without even knowing it. So again, we have to really work on protecting yourself, or just saying, hey, I want the cloak of invisibility, or I want some sort of shield for myself, because if somebody negative really comes your way, you're going to feel it, because you have an empathic soul. So yeah, you're going to feel all that sort of stuff. Animals, plants, you name it, right? Because again, they're like, it's a beautiful green. I have to say, it's a beautiful green.
And there's
but,
a lot.
And it's a lot, but that leaves you really open.
Right.
Because the heart chakra is open, and you cannot save everybody. You have to work on yourself first, right?
And I've learned that. I am learning that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because when we look here at your percentages here of the chakras, because that's what's nice about this program, is it gives you the aura and the percentage of your chakras, because a lot of other people, they just say, well, this chakra is good, this one's not. I like the percentages here. So when we start on the bottom, your root chakra is at 56%, which is a good number for the root chakra, because a lot of people are really low. So this tells me that you have enough energy to accomplish whatever you want.
Perfect.
Okay, so that's great. And you can also protect yourself against like colds and things like that, because you have enough energy that it can't get to you.
Okay.
Right? Because when you're sick, that really means that your root energy is low. Okay?
Okay.
I know it says sexual, but it's the sacral. I don't know why they do that in Europe, because it's a European program. But you're at 66%, so that's great.
And that's lower than what it was.
Yeah. So, no, it's actually higher.
No, I thought I was at 78.
Oh, right, yeah.
Or something, right?
Something like that,
Because
yeah.
the sacral was the one that was the highest.
Right.
And I was kind of disappointed, because I thought I worked so hard.
But what's nice about this one now is you have enough energy to actually create your reality with as much joy and happiness as possible, rather than being frustrated and just wanting to throw stuff against a wall. Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh, I know what you're saying.
Yeah, so that's great. Now your solar plexus is at 52. What that tells me is that's average, but it's a little low for you, for what you want to accomplish. So that is one color we would have to bring up.
And so what color would that be?
That's yellow.
Okay.
That's yellow. Again, but we have to be careful with yellow, because yellow can be an optimist or a pessimist. We don't want to have you too far over on the pessimistic side. We want to keep you on the optimistic side, right? Heart chakra at 76, that's high.
Yeah.
That's high. That leaves you open to absorbing other people's energies, and it also leaves you open for energy suckers to get to you, right? So again, and it could be anything from a little old lady in the grocery store. Hi, dear, I'm so lonely today. And of course you'd be like, oh, you poor thing. What can I do for you? No. To your nearest and dearest telling you, I think what you're doing is stupid. Do you know what I'm saying? And that hurts. Do you know what I'm saying? So This leaves you open to all that. Okay, your throat chakra at 46%, a little low. So that says to me that you've been using your throat a lot, and that one would have to have a little bit more love and energy to it. And what's really nice about the throat chakra, it's blue. So you can start as simple as just eating blue foods to bring that up.
Like blueberries?
Yeah, anything,
Anything
blueberries,
blue?
yeah.
Okay.
Even blackberries, they're not quite blue, they're black, but you know, it's anything that, peppermint, right? Peppermint is on the blue side, you know, things like that. So yeah, peppermint tea is great for the throat chakra.
Okay.
Just to bring it up a little bit, kind of give it a little bit of love and attention, that kind of stuff. The brow chakra at 40%. Considering you have so much visionary energy here, I can see why it's a little low because you're using it quite a bit. So that's another one we could consider to bring up. But what's great about the brow chakra, it's indigo. And indigo is 66% blue and 66 and 2/3% blue, and it's 33 and 1/3% red. So if we're working on the throat chakra, we're also working on the indigo or the brow chakra.
Okay, yeah.
Because they're both blue. Now the crown chakra at 51%, that just means it's average. So what that tells me too is that your connection is just average, right? Connection to yourself, connection to spirit, connection to the plant life, animals, all that kind of stuff, connection to your fellow man. It's just average. Just average. And if you want to network and have a wide circle, then we need to work on that a little bit too. But what's great about the crown is it's violet, which is 50% blue and 50% red. So you have enough red, so we can always move that around. You can always move your energies around. And because these top three are blue, as long as you work on your blue energy, you'll be working on all three of them at the same time.
Perfect.
So that
very
is
efficient.
awesome.
And
Yeah,
that makes my intellectual side very happy.
Well, absolutely, because the whole entire chakra system is interconnected.
Mm-hmm.
So the primary colors are red, yellow, and blue. Okay, as I indicated before, indigo is 66% blue and 33% red. This is a half and half. Now, if we come down to the heart chakra, that is blue and yellow and a 50-50 split. Then we have the yellow. Orange is half yellow, half red, and then we have red. So yeah, it's all interconnected. So I like to tell people, if you work on blue, you're working on half your body. If you're working on yellow, it's a third. If you're working on red, it's another half of your body. So you don't have to actually spend all your time working on your third eye, you know? Or you don't have to spend all your time working on your heart chakra.
Right.
There are other things to do. And that's why the Chromalife pen light is great, because it only has one color. It's not a hybrid of everything, right?
Okay.
Okay, now that we've seen this, okay, and you have these pictures, right?
Yep.
Okay, so what we're going to do next is we're going to use the Chromalife color pen, and we're actually going to attune you with a certain color.
Okay.
And then this will change.
Okay.
Okay?
So how about I just do like one more little video
Yeah.
shot so people can see?
Yeah, because I'm just going to be rubbing your hand here for a while.
Okay, and then maybe I'll pause it then?
Yeah,
And then-
you can pause it, yeah.